to the Motocross Supercross podcast.
What is up, everybody? This is episode 135 of the Motocross Supercross podcast. It is a crazy time to be alive and just a nice time because we got the holidays right around the corner. Thanksgiving, football, family, some food, some turkey. But I'm Adam here with Claudio. What's up, Claudio?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble it up. Gobble it up. You ready for Thanksgiving, bro?
Yeah, man. Gonna be a good one.
Where are you gonna be with your mama? You gonna spend some time with the fam?
Yeah, we're gonna just have a nice little dinner and a couple of friends. You're not invited, obviously.
I know. I was gonna say I haven't heard anything, so that's cool.
No, just just a couple of friends are here by themselves and just having a little Friendsgiving, as they call it.
Oh, okay. Drink some beer, eat some pie, play some beer pong.
That's right. And watch some football.
Let's be real. You're not playing no beer pong.
I wish I could.
What, you can't?
I could. I'm just saying, like.
Yeah, you just won't.
I just won't, exactly. I don't know if it's very Thanksgiving-y.
Yeah, so it is a good time of year, but unfortunately, we have to start off with some big news, some bad news, terrible news, and that all regards Weston Peick, who got hurt at the Paris Supercross. And hurt, I think, might even be like an understatement because he's in an induced coma right now. So really bad crash. It didn't look that bad from the video, but it was on the start. He got together with like Dylan Ferrandis and it kind of messed him up. And then he went down and then Cedric Soubirous landed on his face. So
yeah, the Frenchman just tearing up the American over there too, man. It's very unfortunate to really hear that because Weston Peick is one of those like the warrior, he's a Viking. So
everyone loves Weston Peick too. Nobody dislikes Weston Peick. Like every motocross fan loves Weston Peick. And
that's the thing. Like he's such a hard worker. Like he's been very consistent. He tried to stay healthy. He trains hard, and it's just very unfortunate for this incident to happen to anyone, especially him. So we know that he underwent surgery just to be able to breathe through his throat.
Yeah, here, I'm going to read the statement that his newly fiancée, which we just talked about a week or so ago. This is what her statement said. Thank you for all your thoughts and prayers for Weston and I as he recovers from this awful crash. Updating is extremely difficult because I prefer privacy right now, but the outpouring of concern and questions deserves some insight. Weston has no less than 10 significant facial fractures. The first surgery was spent rebuilding his jaw so he could breathe through his neck. He was cut open extensively, and once he awakens from an induced coma, he will be in tremendous pain. He is swollen and bruised so badly that his face is unrecognizable. The road to recovery will be long and painful. More surgeries will be needed. Recovery has only just begun. And here's one of the even crazier parts. We are in France and the language barrier is making things even more difficult. I am as broken as he is. There are no words to describe the pain. I can't wait to see you smiling again. # prayers for your birthday today and so much love. So the worst birthday present you could get, being in a foreign country. I don't know how much you trust their medical, system over there, but I know whenever he crashed, they scooped him off and moved him off the track literally so fast. I could not believe, and he wasn't even moving, but they were just like, oh, we got to get him off before they come around again. They literally got him off the track so fast. I was like, I can't believe they moved him that fast. So that alone makes me question what they got going on over there with their medical staff. But dude, just a crazy story. Really, really bad injury, induced coma in a foreign country, can't breathe. Now he can breathe through his neck after surgery with his jaw. No less than 10 significant fractures. His face is unrecognizable. Obviously he had a concussion, but they're saying no brain or spinal damage, which is weird because, a concussion is if you're knocked out, that's a concussion and that's a brain injury. So weird that they would say that. So who knows what's happening? But all I know is that, dude, this is crazy. This is big news, and it's so sad and it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate again that it happened to Weston Peick. I'm not trying to be blunt, but it opens up a spot for
Dean Wilson.
For JGR to get one of these riders that haven't gotten a ride. And I wonder what's going to happen there. Obviously, a lot of respect for Weston Peick. If you're trying to help, or if you want to help, there is an account set up at Road to Recovery. Yeah. I believe roadtorecovery.com under Weston Peick. If you guys can donate there, that will be well appreciated. I know they're looking for funds to help with their recovery and the extend international stay at the hospital. So there's been a bunch of surgeries.
Did you see the video of his crash?
Yes.
Did you see how fast they got him off the track? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and like you said, it was just kind of like, it doesn't look that bad from the video. It just looks like he went down but yeah, like it's it's amazing, man, and
dude, Cedric Subaras, he was freaking out whenever he landed on his face. Like he was he was freaking out, and I guess like Weston Peick was like twitching and like convulsing and shit, like as he was knocked out. So
I'm sure he was, man. As a motocross rider and someone a former motocross rider. Once you're in the air and like you see down and you see that you're gonna land in someone that that's your friend and a colleague, because motocross is a business at the end of the day. It's got to be scary, man. And I'm sure that what's his name? Whenever Jeremy Martin got together with Cooper,
yeah,
it was the same thing. He just kind of that's probably what threw him off. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. It sucks that we're starting the podcast with this story, but we have to talk about it because we need to help Weston Peick, and we need to help him recover and recover fast.
Yeah, so thoughts and prayers definitely with Weston Peick and his family and everybody. It sucks. He's going to be spending the holidays like this with his, new fiance, and he's riding better than ever, and he was doing good, and it just stresses how dangerous this sport is and how badass it really is.
It's a very unfortunate situation, and like you said, it sucks because it's not only the holidays, man. We have Christmas coming up, and then
the holiday
next year. Next year he's gonna be off for a while, especially if he's getting all these surgeries in his face.
Yeah, there's not really too much more to say about that. Hopefully everything goes well. Hopefully he can just get back to America and get probably some better treatment where you can actually understand what the doctor's saying and stuff.
Yeah,
so
I'm sure that's their goal right now, just to get enough help and enough surgery to get him up and coming over here. So that's gotta suck. Yeah, like the whole language barrier thing and all that. That's gotta be hard.
Yeah, so I know nobody else is thinking about it, but you did mention it earlier. JGR is going to be down a rider. And I'm not going to lie, though it is maybe a little soon to be thinking who's going to be replacing him, but my mind immediately went to Dean Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't even know. Would it be messed up to even get somebody else to replace him?
Of course not. Like you said, it's a business. At the end of the day, it's a business, and all the other teams are full, and Dean Wilson doesn't have a ride. And we did see that picture from the SX Open Supercross from New Zealand with Wilson standing right next to Reed, and it seems like they're already kind of friends and stuff, and I think it would be a good fit. What do you think?
I'm sure we looked at Dean riding all the different brands, and he looked good in all of them. I told you in a couple of podcasts ago that he will look good in any of them, and I think any good team behind him will do great things.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're definitely not going to rush to replace Weston Peick at this point, but definitely something to look forward to in the future to see if Dean can score a ride somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, as messed up as it is, I'm sure that they're already thinking about that too, because they have to make money, and it is a business after all. So,
yeah.
But yeah, well, moving on with the podcast.
We have so much news to talk about. Like, we did take a little bit of a break, so it's just like we're touching on stuff that happened, a little bit ago, stuff that's popping up now. One interesting thing that I read, there was a interview on Racer X with Wygant and Jeremy Martin, who's also coming back from a pretty gnarly injury. And it says in there he wants to be able to race by January, but he's not so sure if he's going to be able to make it back by then. He said he definitely plans on returning, which is good because I think we all had our doubts, but it's definitely a long recovery for him, and he doesn't know if he'll be back by January. And him saying that now, I feel like I wouldn't expect to see him back by January, but I'm not going to rule it out yet. And just kind of a cool article, and it's kind of short, though. There's not really too much there. But it's good to see that he's, riding his bike again, his road bike. He's not ready to do dirt bike stuff yet, but it looks like it might happen kind of sooner than later.
Yeah, I'm sure that he, wants to be back more than anything, so.
Yeah, he said he's not coming back until he's 100%, though. He's definitely going to wait however long it takes, so hopefully it doesn't take too long because he's one of our top riders in the sport. And yeah, it just sucks when our top riders go, well, when anybody goes out, but especially when the top riders go out. Like, he went out in the motocross when he was on top, and then now we got Weston Peick, and just crazy sport. And they're all it's always the freak accidents that get you.
Didn't Weston Peick and Justin Hill went as a replacements too because of Marvin Musquin's injury?
Yeah, that is what happened. Marvin suffered a knee injury, and it was confirmed before the Paris Supercross that he wasn't going to race. And in his place, Weston Peick and Justin Hill got the last-minute call to head over, so they went over there and raced, which, I don't know, it's like a trade. It's like Marvin is worth Justin Hill, and it's like 1 for 2. I was like,
Weston Peick, who've won this event before, a couple of years back, I believe in 2015 is when he won it.
It's crazy because, like, how wide is Marvin's bike that he was taking up 2 gate slots? Or maybe it's his ego taking up 2 spots. But so I mean, that was really cool that they got that opportunity. I know Justin Hill on his Instagram, he was pretty upset. He said it was hard for him with Weston Peick's injury, his teammate and stuff going out.
Sure.
So
yeah,
man, it just really sucks. It's like, finally I get the opportunity to go race in Paris again, and then all that happens. So Justin Hill, he looked good out there again. He had some super fast lap times.
Well, yeah. So in this Paris Supercross, it's a little different from the one that we're used to over here. But yeah, they do Saturday and Sunday racing. For the qualifying times for the SX1 or the 450 class, it was actually Justin Hill with the fastest time, followed by Ferrandis, Brayton, Osborne, Freezy, Jordi Texier, who is the guy that filled in for the Team France last second, Gregory Aranda, and then Jason Anderson all the way down in 8th, Weston Peick in 12th, Cedric Severus in 14th, Tyler Bowers in 15th. So...
All right. Yeah, it's like definitely all those top guys. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The top 5 fastest guys racing the American Series.
Yeah.
So I mean, the American Series is obviously the best.
Yeah, I mean everybody wants to come over here, so that's where the money's at.
Yeah, and the SX2 though, we didn't dominate it as hard. We had Thomas Doe had that fastest time. Cameron McAdoo was there in second. Some other names I can't pronounce. Jay Sowen, 6th, who we've seen. And yeah, so the qualifying wasn't as great, but they do have all these like different classes and different scoring categories, like the SX1 Super Pole. Justin Hill won that. Dylan Ferrandis, Justin Brayton was 3rd. Anderson got 5th in that. Osborne back in 7th. Then the XX2 Sprint won. Jay Sowen, who you've seen do some of these races with us. And then the Sprint one, we saw Anderson take that. So just another win for Anderson. He's just on fire so far this year. Weston Peick got 2nd in that one. Dylan Ferrandis, Vince Friese, Justin Hill got 5th in that one. Zach Osborne got 6th. The videos that I watched, I didn't see too much of Zach Osborne, but I'm curious to see how he's riding it. It looks like he's off to a good start, but I feel like he probably thinks he could do better, at least better than Friese, right? Who got 4th?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the SX2, Sprint 2, McAdoo won that. Oh, we seen him ride in the Red Bull Straight Rhythm, and obviously for the Geico Honda team, Supercross Motocross series this year. And then the Sprint 2 for SX1, Dylan Ferrandis won that one. So Ferrandis, man, he's another one. He was on that 450 this week. Obviously, we know how fast he is. So not a really surprise that he's up there, but, Osborne, Anderson behind him, Pike, another top 5 finish for him, Brayton, Friese, just all these names, man. These are all so recognizable. It's like, is this an American race or is this a French race?
This was definitely a preview for what we're expecting to see in 2019 at the Monster Energy Supercross series. So
yeah,
I'm very excited. I was really pumped for this race until the whole the
Pike thing,
But yeah, Anderson, he dominated on Saturday night. He took the overall with a first, third, and a first. Followed by Dylan Ferrandis with a third, first, and a fourth. And then in third place, Zach Osborne with a 6th, second, and a second. So maybe a little bit of some.
So I guess
nervous.
he had some good races, just that bad first moto for him then.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So he did do decent. Just I guess that nervous, the first race back on a 450, probably got him, and then he's just like, what is this? Second.
Yeah, so, I've always liked the way Osborne rides.
Yeah, Osborne. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's going to be a really great season. It's going to be very, very good.
I remember a couple of years ago. It was probably more than a couple of years ago now. But you know how on the parade lap, the very first parade lap, they make all the riders roll all the triples. You can't triple the triples.
Yeah,
and that's because of Osborne, because he went out there and cased the hell out of one of the triples, on the parade lap or on the first lap of practice or whatever it was. And then after that, they're like, yo, no more jumping the triples on the very first time out there. So, Osborne, he's definitely a contender at this point. Definitely a contender. And what happened Sunday at Paris? Let's see. We'll just look at the final. We don't need to read all the motos. But for the SX2 final, which is the 250 class, we got Jay Sowen got first, going 212. Cameron McAdoo, 325. And Thomas Doe with 533. So there you go. 2 people who raced the American Series going first and second. America. There it is. America.
USA.
And then the Sunday overall, Anderson won that, going 311. Brayton went 433. Friese went 254. Osborne got 4th, going 1, 2, and 12. So problems in that third moto for Osborne on Sunday.
Yeah, so they add that all of the results from Saturday and Sunday, and that's how you get your overall, the King of Paris, as they call it.
The King of Paris. And yep, that is Anderson. Anderson's the King of Paris.
He's the King of Paris. He's the King of Sydney.
King of freaking America since he won the last championship.
King of America. Yeah, he's definitely coming in a good swing.
Real strong.
Yeah, towards this 2019 season.
You think we could see Anderson on that Villapoto, Dungey level where he just wins so many races out of the year? Because he did awesome last year, but it was he didn't win that many races. He was just really consistent as always.
Jeff Emick did predict that Jason Anderson was going to take it again this year. So
yeah, interesting, very interesting. We'll have to see what happens with that. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I make my predictions. That's for sure.
Definitely. I think Eli Tomac definitely wants it. Marvin Muskin, even though he's out right now with a knee injury, I'm sure he'll be back for Anaheim 1, and I'm sure he wants a title as well. So it's gonna be a tough one, man. I do remember you saying something about Justin Hill too. So.
Yeah, I did. I do think Justin Hill will have an awesome year. And while we're talking about predictions, very unrelated, on a football note, at the beginning of the year, I picked Steelers and Saints, and I'm going to stand by that. So just want everyone
for
to know
Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm a homer. But let's jump over to, we also had another Supercross race happening the same weekend, and that is in Barcelona, or Barcelona, as some may say. Supercross, and the winner of that one, ready for it? Josh Grant.
Nice.
Taking the win. So that's pretty cool.
There was a couple of good names over there too, wasn't there?
Yeah, Malcolm Stewart got second. And then some other names I probably can't pronounce.
I wonder, how they go about picking where they want to race. Because from Barcelona to Paris is only like an hour flight.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's very, very short. They're right next to each other. So I wonder how they pick. Yes.
To Barcelona?
Barcelona.
And Paris?
And Paris.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm a loser. I've never been out of the country. I'm just a country American man.
You are a loser.
Yeah. So, yeah, that is curious how they pick all those. Because I remember Starling said on his Twitter how he had like a whole bunch of Supercross races picked out he was going to do.
He's doing like the German series or something.
German. And I thought he was doing like China or something. I don't know.
Or
Japan.
like
I don't know. Who knows?
Maybe the Dutch one.
But back to this Barcelona race, Malcolm Stewart, he had a crash in the whoops. So he was able to get up, but he was flying through the whoops, and there was like a rider down at the end of the whoops and just plowed him. So I don't know how much that hurt his chances of winning an overall, but
definitely hurt his ego.
Yeah, definitely one of the videos I watched. He looks good, man. Malcolm Stewart looks really good.
Yeah.
So him being on a ride, I think that's good. Good for him. Dude,
yes,
it's going to be
ride.
sick. So many people. Osborne, Hill, Stewart. And then, of course, we got Anderson and
Eli, Muskin.
Yeah, Anderson, Eli, Muskin. Oh, my gosh. But
Brayton, Tomac.
That's what Eli is
Tomac, yeah.
But, I can't wait. I can't wait for Supercross, man. I'm so pumped. And I'm not sure if Muskin's injuries, I'm not sure how severe they are. We'll just have to wait a little bit longer to see what we can hear about that, if we hear anything. But hopefully.
He was out there at the Paris Supercross. He just wasn't racing.
Yeah.
And he was standing up. I didn't see a brace or anything. So I also saw that he took advantage of his stay in France, and he went to one of the games.
Soccer games?
Yeah, one of the soccer games, and he actually got to meet a couple of the players. So.
Oh, yeah, he loves that too. Remember the World Cup? He was all about it. So, yeah, that's good to know that he isn't banged up too bad. Lots of other stuff still happening that we haven't touched on. Luke Rensland, I don't know if it's the biggest story ever, but he announced he won't return to Traders Racing. If you remember, I forget if we talked about it. I think we did, maybe, about Traders and Club MX joining up. They were going to do a team.
Yeah.
I know we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on air or off air, but they're doing a team. Yeah, so they're doing a team, a two-person team, though. And Luke Rensland is not on the team.
Ooh.
And Rensland had some pretty good finishes. I remember he had a podium. He had a third place in, I think, the Triple Crown, one of the Triple Crowns it was.
Triple Crown or Seattle, either or.
Yeah, something. And it's not good for him that he doesn't have a ride, so hopefully he'll be able to work something out with someone and make a ride. There was another story that I read that kind of blew my mind, and that is Tristan Charbonneau. He announced he is stepping away from professional racing. He was a Geico Honda rider, but 20 years old, announcing his retirement. Crazy, right?
There's got to be something else behind there, but...
Are you ready? Ready for it? I got a statement right here.
Ooh, let's hear it.
All right. This isn't something I want to post, but I have to, so here it goes. I've had an awesome 16 years in the sport. traveled all around the world, accomplished a lot of goals, seen a lot of amazing places, and met a lot of amazing people that I will never forget. Motocross has been the only thing and most important thing to me in all of my life. But I've come to realize that my body can't handle the stress anymore. Through all of the broken bones, torn muscles, ligaments, tendons, etc., and always cutting injuries short to get back to racing. I have a lot of regrets with racing. I wish I would have worked harder. I rarely worked out, which is funny. It sounds like a badass. I love people like that who just like don't even work out. They just show up and race. And when I did work out, it was half-ass. There it is. Always ate the worst food possible for myself as an athlete. I took the talent I had on a motorcycle for granted. I regret that very much. I've got a job now close to home as a fabrication welder. Just trying to enjoy the real world for once. I just want to thank everybody, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, dude, welders make a lot of money, but it's just crazy. 20 years old, he's a professional racer, been doing it for 16 years, and then he's just like, you know what? I'm going to go weld. How crazy is that?
Well, maybe he just, no, he realized that he wasn't going to make it, and he's just, coming into his senses. He's just kind of like, well,
20
I'm
years
right.
old though. Look at Reed. You don't think he has time? If he wants to get in shape, he can have time. I think,
yeah, but Reed was winning Supercross championships and stuff. What have this kid won?
Crazy thing to see. 20 years old, but hey, welding, that's not a bad career. But I just thought that story just kind of blows my mind.
Kid, you had it. You could have been a pro and lived everybody's life that they want to live, and you want to come back to the normal thing?
Yeah, and be a welder. Like I said, welders make a lot of money, so he's probably got a good, thing going, and maybe like you just can't take the stress watching people get hurt, getting hurt.
Exactly. He realized that it just wasn't worth it, and his family, they might be like a line of welders.
I think it also brings into question how little these, like, if you're not the top rider, how much money you just don't make. You don't make any money, and he's like, yo, I can make way more money just welding. So I think I want to do that.
Not getting hurt. Just
yeah. You don't have to worry about breaking your neck. Well, I don't know. It depends, I guess, where you're welding. But like we said, we see all these injuries, big injuries. We just talked to Brandon getting paralyzed. Like these big injuries that you have to accept when you get on the line before that gate drops. And, some people, it's just not worth it.
Yeah, it comes with it for sure.
Yeah, so that was a crazy story. Just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, one of the things we get to look forward to is this weekend, Supercross in Auckland, Australia.
Yes, that is right.
Josh Hansen, who's confirmed to race this weekend. So we're going to see Josh Hansen back. He's on a Honda now.
TBA, though? Foot injury?
No. He's confirmed.
He's confirmed.
Oh, yeah, he's confirmed. Somebody else is going to be riding is Chad Reed, Dean Wilson, Justin Brayton, Dan Reardon, Brett Metcalf,
okay,
and others. So
all right.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's right when you think like it's the off season, it's actually overseas. Isn't it like in Venezuela? Is it like winter when it's summer here, and then it's summer when it's winter here?
We're on top of the equator, so it'll be the same as here. But you can say like Argentina. Argentina's like that. All
right, so it's like Argentina, except across the pond. Like it's racing season over there now, and then over here it's like break.
Yep.
Like opposite day.
Yeah, they're in summertime right now.
Well, I can't even say it like that because Canada also, they just wrapped up their Triple Crown series, and the winner of that is Cole Thompson. He took home $100,000 for winning that series over there. So
he spent $150. Nice.
Exactly. And Philip Nicoletti second, Matt Gerke third, Daniel Harlan fourth, Mike Alessi fifth.
I was going to say, no, Mike Alessi? What happened?
Cody Van Buskirk was seventh. Some names that we recognize.
Yep.
And then in the SX2 over, actually So that was just the results from the race that they had, their final race. But the overall championship standings was Cole Thompson, Nicoletti got second, Gerke got third, Cody Van Buskirk got fourth, Colton Fasciati got fifth, Tyler Medaglia sixth. So definitely some recognizable names. And the same for the SX2 championship. Jess Pettis got first. Logan Carno got third place overall in the standings. He's a, Supercross rider, Monster Energy Supercross rider. So, good to see some of our people out there representing.
Yeah, some familiar faces for sure.
Definitely. So I guess everyone is still racing except us. Well, what do you say? We talked about a lot of stuff. Is there anything else that we want to throw in here? Is there anything that we missed?
No, just want to remind everyone, if you're trying to help Weston Peick in his recovery, it's roadtorecovery.com.
Yep. Thanks everyone again for listening to us to this another episode. Hope to see you soon. Make sure you check out the Road Recovery for Weston Peick and check out our Instagram, of course. Maybe have a couple videos popping up here soon, maybe. So check it out at MXSX Podcast. See you next time. Peace.